Hey guys, me here back again. Been quite a while I know, but we've got another video coming out today and doing something pretty cool today. I'm planting a tree in my swale. So we're actually doing something with that, and I'll also be throwing some mulch down and getting it all done properly. So here's a tree. It is a mulberry tree. It's a white mulberry tree actually, so never had white mulberries before, but we'll be trying them when this grows. But this is the first tree that I'll be planting in the swale. And I actually have my lovely girlfriend Emily here today, who will be actually doing some film work, so we can get some footage of me actually digging the hole and doing bits and pieces, so I'm not having to set a camera up everywhere. So in the future, might have some better quality videos coming out. I've also got a new camera too, a new phone, so it's not really a new camera, but hey, it's a better quality video will be coming out as well. Unless I upload it in the low quality that I usually do because I process it on my phone, but here or there, you'll see. But we'll get cracking into it, eh? So we've got all the weeds and grass ripped out of the swale, so it's nice and neat again, ready to be mulched and have a hole in the center dug. So if you'd have seen my last video that I did upload, I don't know, probably about a month ago, this swale, what happens is when it rains, basically water will travel down the hill slowly, and this is basically a collection point. So all the water will collect in this part here, and then instead of just rushing down the hill and being wasted, it'll slowly soak into the ground here, which is really good for planting trees and actually other plants in the meantime, because with all the trees growing and being established, you've got plenty of sunlight here to grow other plants. But obviously as a tree gets bigger and creates more shade, it becomes more obsolete, but you just have this for trees. But anyway, I'll stop yabbering on because I think I've explained this already in a few other videos. We'll get to me doing some digging, eh? I'll hand the camera over now. Rightio, so probably going to plant the tree more or less in the middle here. And from what I know with swales, because I'm still learning myself, is you don't plant them in the mound, the trees, because well, I don't really know why, but it's too high up. You've got to sort of plant them more or less down here in front. So that's where I'm going to dig a hole, plant this tree. So it's basically what I always do is pretty basics if you know how to dig a hole, but not everyone knows how to dig a hole, I guess. So you go and you cut your section. I'm digging a big square, so because I'm going to do a somewhat rough and rendition of an Alan White method. I'm not probably going to do everything in it, but we'll do a couple of things that are in that. If you don't know what that method is, look it up. Weedy Garden is a good channel if you want to go check that out. But yeah, basically an old lady in the 1800s that worked out a good way of planting trees. And this ground, despite being raining last night, it looks like it's very hard. But as you can see what I'm doing, just cutting a nice section out, so we might skip ahead to when I actually got a bit more dug, because it's going to get a bit boring if you just see me here cutting grass for ages. So we'll cut to a bit further on, guys. Righto, so you can see I've cut the square out, and that's the reason why I always cut your shape out first, because you can see here, your grass will come up nice and easy. Then you can get the shovel underneath the roots and just lift it all up, more or less. It's not super easy, but there's a chunk of grass. Put that around the perimeter because we want to form a perimeter around this. Again, so it sort of helps collect any water and stops it from running down the hill. Like, it won't be running over this mound, but the water underneath the ground will soak up into it, and it creates a nice little, and when the rain falls, it'll create a nice little reservoir in the middle here so the tree can soak it up as well. So what we'll do is we'll prick up all these bits of grass, put them around the edge, and all the dirt I dig out of the hole, just put on top of those bits of grass. That grass won't grow, so what I did here. And then as long as there's mulch on top of it, that grass will just die off. So, having a fight.
Typical.
Yep. And these chickens are waiting for some bugs to be dug up, so we'll keep digging. I'll show you another another section getting ripped up before I cut to the next section of video. But you can see like that. A nice little section of grass. So I won't waste your time with any more of this. We'll cut to the next section where you see bits of grass around and a bit more dug and a bit more of me rambling on. So I'll see you then. Alright, so you're probably wondering why this hole's so big. Well, the reason for that is...
Watch out.
Baby. Is, well, like I said, mentioned earlier, this is the Ellen White method, and that involves using a deceased animal. So we have a deceased animal that would be burying today, which we go in the bottom of this hole, and that's why it's this size. To answer that question short. And also, there's some other bits and bobs that are going to go in here, which you'll see later. So you need quite a big hole. Some people say you need to be even bigger than this. Some people say dig it metre by metres. It's probably half a metre by half a metre, maybe a bit bigger. We've got the moth to the flame here again. Okay, Mr. Benjamin.
Yeah, that's him here.
There you go. I might put you to your mum next, I think. We'll keep going. But anyway, that's why the hole's so big. And as you can see, like I said earlier, putting all the dirt around it as I dig. And another thing I didn't mention is I put those bits of grass, put them upside down so the roots are facing up. They guarantees they won't grow grass through the amount of dirt, which you want to cover with mulch. So my little helper's just arrived again. We'll cut to the next part where I'll have a bit more of a hole dug. Righto, so as you can see, the chickens are all congregating around because that's what happens when you start digging and you have free range chickens. But the hole is nice and deep now, and from a bit of further research, I'm working out this is not the Ellen White method. This is just a very much just a method. I don't know what we'll call it, but yeah, no, the Ellen White method's very different and got a few more steps that I'm missing, so we won't call it that anymore. But we dug a nice deep hole, and now we'll start doing the next steps in planting the tree, which we'll film right now. And I think that's Miss Possum coming to say hello. Hello, darling. But yeah, we'll leave it at that and we'll start filming the next steps. See you guys in a bit. That's just my awesome wheelbarrow that Emily there is pushing to go collect some chicken poo. It's just how things roll around here. See, it still works kinda. You just got to pull like do that and pull it back a bit. Yeah. It will sit. There we go. It will kind of sit. Right. Let's collect some poo. All right. So we've buried the deceased animal. I'm not going to show that just out of respect, but you don't need to see that anyway. So the deceased animal's been buried. We've got about maybe so much dirt on top of it. And I've just become close to the camera. I've just weld this out so we can put the plant in the centre. So what we're going to do is put the tree, which is mulberry tree, is going to go bang in the middle there. We'll fill that in with soil, and we'll put some chicken manure on top to fill in the top part, and then we'll cover the whole lot in mulch. Hopefully try and retain some of this border I've got around here. But so we'll crack on to doing that. Just want to give the container a bit of a tickle. Pop that out. That's there. Actually, I am going to do that. We'll pause the video there. Start filming it now. Oh, very
It
cool.
did.
Okay, so got myself an anchor. I've been told, been watching some other videos, it's good to have a rock in there because it gives you put your plant on top and your tree on top, and it gives your roots something to grow around, and they'll grow into the soil, but it gives it a heavy anchor point to stop the tree wanting to fall so much. So you stick that in the little pit, like so. Put our tree on top, and we'll start filling that in the soil. Might be a little bit high, but we can mount it up. So. Might straight that tree up too. Okay, so that's just about that part done. Straight that down a little bit. Make sure it's nice and patted down and secure. And then we'll throw some fill on top.
Delicious.
Nice aged chicken manure from the shed. That hasn't been cleaned out in a long while. It's nicely fresh and in there for them now. But it's even us some beautiful garden manure, which this tree will absolutely love. So, you can use cow manure as well, horse manure, any manure, as long as it's not human manure. You want to use poo from a human, but most of your farm animals is fine. So we'll put plenty of that on top. Hopefully I don't put too much on that it burns it, but I think that should be alright. Put another shovel on there for good luck. So, and then we'll shake this around a little bit. We'll put some more, just a sprinkling of soil on top. If you couldn't tell, I'm halfway in this process, but I reckon this tree's going to turn out. I'll try and just use my boots to do this part, because I work well with my feet. Shake that ground around a little bit. Now, we'll put some mulch on top. The finishing touch. There's a nice bale of straw here, picked up off the side of the road. I can't remember if it was. You usually find straw like this pretty cheap. Okay, so we've got this straw hay. You can use sugarcane mulch, whatever you want. This is just using this because it's cheap. You might have to do this properly, then I'm just going to take the whole lot out because it's all going to be used. Spread that around. This will hold the moisture in the ground so when it does get rain and the soil does get wet, it doesn't get evaporated from the sun. Plenty of that. Oh, the chickens are also probably going to have a fucking field day in this and dig it all up, but hopefully it's not too bad.
Yep.
That is a tree planted, a white mulberry tree. Now the next part we're going to do is obviously cover this whole swale and mulch so we can grow grass again and get some other plants growing in here at some point. But as for this one, that's the end of this. I might do a quick shot of the this all finished once I've done that, but that's just for planting a tree. The Kai way, not the yellow and white method, the Kai method. So keep tuning in future videos to see how well it goes and have some more swale dug out so we can actually get some more trees and plants growing. So catch us in the next one. Okie doke, so here's the finished product. We've got the swale all nicely mulched and around the tree all nicely mulched. Next step here is to put some plants in this high part of the swale where this mulch is. Plant this all out with like vegetables or actually strawberries would be a good one. Only thing is I'll have to fence it off from the chickens. But yeah, this is all finished now. You could throw some sawdust in there or something, I've heard people do, but I think I'm just going to leave it. It'll just fill with water anyway and just keep the grass trimmed down and weeds ripped out. Yeah, might leave it at that, but that's the tree planted. We'll give you updates of how it goes, and when I have more swales dug and all that jazzmatazz and other projects I have going. I haven't done much. Well, I have done bits and pieces. I'm not sure that shed was there. And I picked that shed up for free on Facebook Marketplace. Just had to dismantle it and bring it here and reassemble it. So I got myself a handy little shed. I'm going to be building a dog kennel soon with those floor joists I've got over there, make a floor with it. And I've got a whole bunch of decking boards I can use to make it. Then I'm just going to make a frame and use some spare tin I have around here for the roof. So that's coming up soon. I might make a video on doing that. Got to do a clamp around here. Won't make a video on that. But yeah, there's a lot of long grass and shit that needs to be trimmed and rubbish that needs to be gotten rid of. But yeah, I can tick this one off my list. It's a tree planted in the swale. So yeah. Hope you've enjoyed that one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you have been watching this far, really appreciate it. It's Possum coming to say hello again. But yeah, like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully a lot sooner than this one. The gaps between this and last video being. But yeah, catch you later. Bye.